how's everyone doing? Today I'll be doing a video for my horror Blu-ray shelf number 2. And as always, if you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. And I also wanted to show this shirt that I'm wearing from Rotten Cotton. It's for Alice, Sweet Alice, aka Communion, starring Brooke Shields. And the director was actually from New Jersey, as well as one of the actors in the film too. And I just love this shirt, and I love the movie. If you can see that right there. But I would love to see Alice, Sweet Alice get a Blu-ray release. There's so many movies out there that are getting Blu-ray releases, and there's so many that deserve them as well. I really want to see Blood Diner get a Blu-ray release too. There's so many other ones. But right now, let's go ahead and get on to horror Blu-ray shelf number 2. Let's check it out. And again, this is the horror Blu-ray collection right here. Shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have enough for a horror Blu-ray shelf number 6, so I think I'll be moving stuff off and creating that 6th shelf. Right now I have the Arrow Blu-rays and some horror box sets, so I'll probably move that a shelf down and move some of my other stuff right there, bootleg horror DVDs and Disney Blu-rays, and I'll be moving stuff around. But right now, let's get on to horror Blu-ray shelf number 2. First up is Dead Silence, probably the most underrated James Wan film, and for me, it's one of his best by far. Absolutely love this one. Super creepy and atmospheric. Mary Shaw, the vaudeville ventriloquist dolls. Just a super creepy film, and I had to get this imported from the UK. It is region free. Next up is Dead Snow. Just a hilarious zom-com. It's killer Nazi zombies. What more could you want? And I'm looking forward to checking out Dead Snow 2 as well. Norway is a beautiful setting for that film. Again, I love movies with a snowy setting, so that was definitely a big perk for me. Next up is Dead Space Downfall. This is a CG sci-fi horror film, and the animation's pretty decent in here. This movie to me reminds me of Event Horizon meets Resident Evil. I thought it was actually really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing the sequel for that. I think it's called Aftermath. Dragula 2000. I remember seeing this in the theaters. I didn't think it was that bad. It had some recognizable faces in there, decent cast, and, you know, it was okay. I can't say it was bad, but I can't say it was great either. And I remember Omar Epps in an interview saying he just took this movie and then the Mod Squad movie for a paycheck. Those were essentially his paycheck movies. And Gerard Butler was Dragula. I always thought that's kind of funny. Looking back on his career now, he probably thinks that was a paycheck movie for him too. Or actually, that's probably when he was still getting into movies, so that was maybe kind of a career break for him in a way. Next up is Freaked, which is super cheesy fun with Brooke Shields, Randy Quaid, Alex Winter, Mr. T, Bobcat Goldthwait, just a bunch of recognizable faces in here. It's just hilarious and a very entertaining movie. Ghosts of Mars with Ice Cube right there, and Jason Statham, and Pam Grier, Natasha Henstridge, and a whole bunch of recognizable people in here. And the special effects were by Robert Kurtzman, and again directed by John Carpenter. I thought this was pretty creepy and had some good tension and atmosphere in it. A lot of people crap on it, but I thought it was entertaining. Next up is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. People crap on this movie big time, and I love the heck out of this movie. You know, you have to look at it as a standalone movie. It doesn't have Michael Myers, but it has the Halloween title. If this movie did well, what they were going to do was every subsequent sequel would be a different cast. But since this movie didn't do well in theaters, they didn't end up doing that. Instead, they adopted the typical route with Michael Myers back every time. And, you know, of course, that created a great franchise, but a lot of those sequels were not very good, honestly. And I love the heck out of this one. I love the cast. Tom Atkins is great in here. And this is definitely a really good movie to watch on Halloween. I recently did my top 10 horror movies to watch on Halloween, and I really was debating about putting this on the list. Now I kind of wish I would have. It would probably be like 8 or 9 for me. But I ended up leaving it off, so maybe I'll do a top 20 horror movies to watch on Halloween, or top 13 or something like that, and put it on there. Put this down here for now, and let's go on to the actual shelf. This is a double feature for Darkness and Below. This is the only way you can get Below on Blu-ray. It's kind of a haunted submarine movie, and it has Zach Galifianakis on there, a bunch of other recognizable faces, and Darkness is one that I have over here with Anna Paquin on a standalone release. Very good, creepy, atmospheric film, and underrated. Next up is the original Dawn of the Dead, which I was able to get signed by Tom Savini. Classic. Next up is Dawn of the Dead Remake, which a lot of people crap on this one, but I thought it was a really good modern remake, very fast-paced, and great gore in there. And it had some good humor in it as well, especially with the celebrity zombie look-alike shooting game. I thought that was a lot of fun. Next up is The Day with Shannon Saucepan, who's my #1 celebrity crush. And a bunch of other recognizable people in here. Dominic Monaghan, Shawn Ashmore, and Ashley Bell, who was from The Last Exorcism. She was awesome in this movie. This is a pretty dark and gloomy post-apocalyptic movie. Washed out tone reflects the mood perfectly. I enjoyed it. Daybreaker is a fantastic, underrated sci-fi horror movie. A great vampire film with a fantastic cast. Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, and Sam Neill. Dead Alive, Brain Dead, Peter Jackson right here. One of the goriest and most hilarious horror movies ever. I recently did my top 10 most rewatchable horror movies, and this had to be on the list. You can check that video out on my channel as well. And this, to me, is just one of the best horror movies ever. And I find it entertaining that the director of Dead Alive and Meet the Feebles went on to do The Lord of the Rings and, you know, all those big blockbuster movies now. Don't forget where you came from, buddy. Don't forget your roots. Don't forget, you know, The Hobbit. I want to talk about Meet the Feebles. But actually, I think this Blu-ray is out of print and goes for ridiculous money, too. I picked it up for like $5 when it first came out. Dead Girl, which is basically zombie rape. These two kids in high school go to this abandoned building and find a female zombie chained up, and they have sex with it. And there's a lot of moral implications there, but I really like the ending. Next up is Deadly Blessing from Scream Factory. I love the new artwork right here, and it has one of the first appearances of Sharon Stone in a movie, and Ernest Borgnine, and of course you've got Michael Berryman right there. And I love, there's like 2 twist endings here, and this was an ending that came about before Sleepaway Camp 2. I really enjoy the heck out of this movie. Great religious fanaticism going on there. Next up is The Deadly Spawn. This is the Millennium Edition. People complain about the transfer. I didn't think it was bad at all. I think just people get a little bit too crazy and go with a couple of things that people hear, and it gets a lot of momentum. And I thought the transfer worked for the film, and this is a movie set in New Jersey as well, and it's a lot of cheesy fun right there. Definitely an upgrade over the DVD, that's for sure. And some good bonus features in here too, special features. Earth vs. the Ultimate Eating Machine. Next up is Dead Sushi. Totally cheesy fun. Sushi coming back to life and killing people and attacking people. Death Ship. Honestly, I was disappointed with this movie. This is one of the ones that I watched when I was a kid, and I had a memory of it that definitely didn't live up to watching it now. George Kennedy and Richard Crenna are really the best things about this movie for the cast. You know, they did what they could with what they had. But that's really the main draw about this. I like the concept, but it's been done better since then. And the editing was really crappy in this movie. But yeah, it's a haunted ship movie, and you know, there's visions of crazy things going on, and are they losing their mind? What's really happening? Death Valley is another fantastic release from Scream Factory. This is one I loved as a kid, and it has one of my favorite actors, Stephen McHattie, in here. And you've got young Peter Billingsley, who is in A Christmas Story, and you've also got Catherine Hicks right there from Seventh Heaven, and Wilford Brimley, who plays the sheriff in here, and a bunch of other recognizable faces as well. I always enjoyed this one. Like I said, since I was a kid, I've enjoyed it, so I was really happy to get this release on Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Before this release, the only way you could get it was a bootleg, which is what I've had for forever, and this is definitely a great upgrade over that. It's kind of a road trip horror movie. The mother takes the son to her hometown, and she meets up with her high school sweetheart, and you know, Peter Billingsley is not liking that, and on the way he stumbles upon a murder, and he sees something that he figures out who the murderer is, and then the murderer figures that out and is after them to silence them, and there's a cool twist to the movie as well. Next up is Deep Blue Sea. Totally cheesy, but so entertaining. Thomas Jane, LL Cool J, Michael Rappaport, Stellan Skarsgård, Samuel L. Jackson. Just a great cast, and I think they're all utilized very well in here. And this is a Rennie Harlin film, who I enjoy as a director. Genetically altered sharks. You know, they're trying to find a cure for Alzheimer's, and they get smarter, and they start attacking people, and it's awesome. Next up is a double feature, Deep Rising and The Puppet Masters. Deep Rising is kind of a creature feature film. The Puppet Masters is kind of an alien invasion replica kind of movie, kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The Divide, fantastic horror thriller movie. It's basically like Lord of the Flies in a basement. Great cast here. Michael Biehn was fantastic. Everybody played their part perfectly. It's just kind of a de-evolution of humanity after a nuclear attack. These people hide out in a basement of an apartment building, and they're just losing their minds and attacking each other. I really enjoyed the heck out of it, though. From Xavier Gens, who also did Frontiers, which is a fantastic movie as well. Doll Man with Tim Thomerson and Jackie Earle Haley. 13 Inches with an Attitude. This one is a great sci-fi horror movie. Some good gore in here as well. Evil Aliens, the unrated and theatrical version. Evil Dead 2, this is the 25th anniversary edition. I know Canada got the nice slipcover. I wish we would have gotten that here. Love the heck out of that movie. This was also on my top 10 most rewatchable horror movies. Next up is Evil Speak, which I was able to get signed up by the director, Eric Weston, and then Clint Howard as well. There he is right there. And this was just a crazy movie. I remember the pig scene being real crazy. Next up is Excision, and this was an incredible performance from Anne Lynn McCord and Tracy Lords as well. And there's some really good cameos in here with Ray Wise, and John Waters was great in his cameo. But this is a psychosexual, kind of black comedy-esque horror movie. Very bloody and just crazy. The ending is definitely off the charts. Existenz from Cronenberg with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Jude Law. Willem Dafoe's in here. A bunch of other recognizable people too. Definitely a creepy, kind of surreal video game-esque movie. Exit Humanity, which is a zombie movie set in the Civil War. It is very dramatically paced, which might turn some people off. Dee Wallace, Bill Moseley, Steve McHattie, and narrated by Brian Cox. I did enjoy I thought the pacing was deliberate though and worked for the film. I liked it. Next up is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. The Faculty. Can't remember if this was 99. Yeah, 1999. Kind of that 90s feel with the teen actors. Again, another kind of like alien invasion, Invasion of the Body Snatchers type film. I thought the cast in here did a good job. Father's Day. This is the 4-disc edition, 2 DVDs, a Blu-ray, and a CD. Totally over the top and crazy from Troma. The Fly, Cronenberg's remake. Definitely one of the better remakes out there. Fantastic sci-fi horror film. And Gina Davis was great, but you know who stole the show is Jeff Goldblum. He was perfect in this role, and just totally gross, and I just love some of the aspects of the emotional drama in here as well. You know, she has love for him, but he's just so gross looking with this transformation. Brundlefly. The Fog, and I love this artwork right there. The newly commissioned artwork from Scream Factory. And this is one I always enjoyed. It kind of annoys me a bit when I'm watching the commentary from Jamie Lee Curtis and she's saying it's not a good film and putting the film down. You should be grateful for that opportunity, which was helping your career at that point. I think this movie is great. A fantastic ghost pirate movie. The Fourth Kind, which was one of the movies that freaked me out the most. Again, alien abduction movies is probably the genre that freaks me out the most. It's funny, this is another one of those ones where I remember it being scarier than it was. Like, I watched it when it first came out and it just freaked me the heck out. And I watched it again just a few months ago and it wasn't as scary. In fact, there's some scenes that I remember differently. I don't know if there was, you know, an uncut version or what, but very happy to have this in my collection because it is still creepy and atmospheric. Just not quite as creepy as I remembered it to be. Next up is Friday the 13th, Part 3 3D, signed by Richard Broker, who played, obviously, Jason in this one. And sadly, he's passed away now. So, definitely happy to have that in my collection. He did a great job in that role. This is actually a bootleg, but it is from an HD transfer. It's Fright Night Part 2, and hopefully this will get a legit Blu-ray release soon. I believe Netflix has a HD transfer of this on there. Next up, another Scream Factory release, From Beyond. I never liked the old school artwork, and I'm not a big fan of the new artwork either, but this is a fantastic Lovecraft adaptation, and probably my favorite film from Stuart Gordon as well. Great sci-fi horror with a great cast in here as well. Next up is From Dusk Till Dawn 1 through 3, and then Full Tilt Boogie. A lot of people put down From Dusk Till Dawn 2 Texas Blood Money, but I enjoyed the heck out of it, and I enjoyed Hangman's Daughter as well. And then I have the standalone release for Hangman's Daughter for some reason. I should probably let that go. I actually prefer, you know, if you're going to do this, I want either like a box set collection or single releases. I don't like it when it's like that, really. I prefer a box set or standalone. But, I don't know. I'm still hoping maybe they'll do a box set for it or come out with another movie or do some kind of thing where they have the TV show now so they can do a, you know, a box set with that as well. Gamera, this is a double feature. Guardian of the Universe and Gamera 2 Attack of the Legion. Rec 3 Genesis. A lot of people put this one down, but I enjoyed it. It's almost kind of like Romeo and Juliet Rec version. This franchise is so crazy to me. The first one I absolutely loved, and then the second one I actually loved better than the first one. In fact, when I was watching the second Rec movie, there's a little bit of a turn, kind of a twist. I'm like, oh, how's this going to work? I'm not going to like this. And I ended up being blown away by the fact that I thought I wasn't going to like it, but I ended up loving it. And this one right here is definitely the weakest of the series, but I still really enjoy the heck out of it. And I decided to get the Canadian slipcover for it, which I really enjoy. I'm a sucker for some nice slipcovers, and I'm looking forward to Rec 4. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. Godzilla vs. Biollante, and I think this is out of print and goes for crazy money too. And I actually have Godzilla vs. Biollante with 2 free movies, Mega Monster movies, Monster and Shark vs. Octopus, Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus, in fact. Grace, this is a pretty good low-budget horror movie. A lot of dramatic pacing, but it works for the film. Gremlins 2, The New Batch, which is a lot of fun. People crap on this one too, but I thought it was very entertaining, especially the scene in the movie theater and all the different variations of the Gremlins creatures. And Hulk Hogan was in here too with a brief cameo. Grabbers. This is Grindhouse, the double feature right here with Death Proof and Planet Terror. It's a really nice slipcover. Gatefold slipcover. Guard Post. Halloween, which I was able to get signed up from John Carpenter right there, from Daily Grindhouse. There's a website, and they had done an interview with John Carpenter, and to promote it, they gave away Blu-ray copies of a few different movies signed by John Carpenter, and I was lucky enough to get one. In fact, I was able to get another movie signed by John Carpenter as well from Daily Grindhouse, which I will show in another shelf video, so look out for that. But very happy to get that signed up. An amazing director, an amazing film, genre-defining, just a classic. Halloween 2, the 30th Anniversary Edition. I kept this one because it had the Terror in the Aisles feature right there. Next up is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which I was able to get signed up by a bunch of people involved with the film. Next up is Hands of the Ripper, Hammer Horror Collection from Synapse. And next up is Harpoon, Whale Watching Massacre with Gunnar Hansen. And this is one that's grown on me. When I first watched it, I thought it was alright, and then I watched it again, and I really appreciated it more. Next up is The Haunting of Whaley House, which I still need to check out. Next up is The Haunting in Connecticut, which I enjoyed, had some great tension and atmosphere, and there's some creepy moments to it, but then the ending kind of dragged it down a bit. It went too safe. I would have liked a little bit riskier ending. Not every movie has to have a happy ending. In fact, I think I appreciate it more when people take risks and don't go that route. Like Eden Lake was one that blew me away, and I heard people complain about the ending. And to me, the ending made the movie. It definitely elevated it. And I think that movie could have been a lot better with a better ending. But still, a good movie. Next up is Hatchet, which I was able to get signed up by Adam Green. I want to see if I can get Kane Hodder to sign it as well. To me, this is a slasher classic. Absolutely love this one. Hatchet 2, which I got it at Kmart for $5. This is my least favorite of the franchise. I just thought it boils down to two amazing kills in this movie, but the rest of the movie is just kind of derivative. But still decent. It's not a bad movie by any means. I just wanted more from it. Next up is Hatchet 3, which is able to get signed up by a bunch of people involved in the film, including Kane Hodder. And this one to me is just for the fans of the Hatchet franchise. So many different cameos in here. The cast was fantastic. I was able to get Caroline Williams to sign it as well, Adam Green, a bunch of other people. And I love the heck out of this one. Just a lot of fun. Lots of blood and gore and Victor Crowley going crazy. Heartless, very underrated film. I'm going to do a full review for this coming up soon. Hell, which is a fantastic post-apocalyptic German film. And I know in Walmart and certain other retail outlets, they renamed it to Apocalypse. But this is a very dark, washed-out tone that reflects the mood. Again, I've talked about this film many times before. I've done a full movie review for it. And this one is amazing. I would highly recommend it if you're into post-apocalyptic movies. It's basically the Earth's ozone layer is depleted and everything is way hotter. And even in nighttime it's hot. All the crops are destroyed, animals are dying, and there's cannibals, and people are just trying to survive. Awesome movie. Next up is the Hellraiser multi-feature right here with 4 films. You've got Bloodline, Inferno, Hellseeker, and Hellworld. Hellworld is definitely one of my favorite of the sequels. It has Lance Henriksen. It has kind of a younger cast, but it works. It kind of feels like 90s horror, but really enjoy the heck out of that one. I recommend it. And next up I have the standalone release for Hellraiser Hellworld. Again, I really enjoyed the heck out of this one. It had some creepy imagery, especially in the beginning. And I wasn't a huge fan of the twist in the movie, but overall it still works for the film, and definitely one of the better Hellraiser sequels. And next up is Hellraiser Deader. This one I'm kind of just holding on to for completing the series. This is definitely one of the weaker of the sequels right here. But the completist of me wants to hold on to it, get the whole series on Blu-ray. Maybe they'll do a proper box set for that as well. Next up is High Tension. Another one of the great French new wave extreme horror movies with Frontiers, Livid, Martyrs, Inside. And Them isn't necessarily extreme, but also a fantastic French horror film. And then High Tension right here, great gore. But I thought the ending was a cop-out. But still a fantastic film. Next up is the Hills Have Eyes collection. This is the remake and then the recent Hills Have Eyes 2. And I know people hate on the Hills Have Eyes 2, but I love the Hills Have Eyes 2. Great gore, great dirty, nasty look to the film. And the acting is shaky in the beginning, but it settles down once they get into the hills. And oh, I love the look to the creatures, and I love how the creatures are unique. Each one has a different feature. That's something that I really appreciated. And then, of course, the remake is one of the better horror remakes out there, in my opinion. Absolutely loved it. And it comes in a nice little box right there. Nice slipcase. And I can't wait to see more from Alexander Aja as well. That splat pack is killing it. And next up is The Hills Have Eyes 2, the original right there. This one's got some decent moments in it, but it's definitely not the greatest horror film out there. Michael Berryman's back, and Ruby. But I wanted more from this one, but it does have some good moments in there. And I didn't pick up the original Hills Have Eyes on Blu-ray because I heard the transfer wasn't great, so I have the DVD still. I'll hold on to that. But there you go. There is horror Blu-ray shelf number 2. And again, if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.